Test, test, test. This is way off center. Hi. I did this movie like a week ago. I've been having problems. I got a new camera. It's HD. Blah, blah, blah. I got one of those magical Blue Yeti microphones trying to make my voice sound more radio-like. For some reason, my stupid microphone does not want to work with the camera, so it hears noise when I hit record. It stops recording noise, so whatever. We're still figuring that out. At least we're in HD. I already did this video once, and while I was editing it, it decided to die and become corrupt and not play along with others. So this is take two. Woo-wee! Filming things twice is fun. At least I didn't waste any food. So this is the question, answers to the questions and answers. Had people ask me, you know, you should do a QA video. Okay, I'll do a QA video. I open it up for a couple of weeks and got a couple of questions. So we'll be going through those. First, I just want to thank everybody that's subscribed to this channel, because like 2 months ago, I hit like 500 subs, and like it's been going up pretty steadily. I hit 750 subscriptions or subscribers today. 750 is awesome. You guys all rock. I have one video that's going just out of control. 33-year-old Coke. Who knew people were that passionate about soda? It's got like 127,000 views. It's soda. People are passionate. People are getting angry when they watch that video. It's kind of funny. I was going to turn off all the comments because it's been up for like a year and a half. But people are just like, rah, soda! It's either, I hate you, you drank that, or, oh my God, you didn't die? It's just, there's like cat fights that go back and forth. If you read all the comments on there, it's kind of funny. People are just like pawing at each other over the web. It's kind of entertaining now. Yes, if you hear any thumping or dirt bike noise, it's my asshat neighbor behind me that likes being loud. Apparently they're booming music and revving up dirt bikes. Hooray. Let's get to the questions. Let's start off. Mingy Doodles. She asked me 6 questions. She said, you mentioned you're going to school or recently finished. What was your major? Well, I'm going to be going to school for about another 3 or 4 quarters, but I'm going to have, right now I'm finishing up medical assisting and a medical office specialist, which is like billing, coding, front office work, stuff like that. Medical office stuff. I'll end up with a certificate in HIT, which is working with electronic medical records and stuff like that. How old am I? I am 47. 47. I'm just a baby. Am I married with children? No, neither. If I have a wife, she's awful quiet because I haven't seen her. And those kids don't eat much. Here we go. What made you decide to try weird foods? Who inspired you to do that? I've always been an adventurous eater, and I like shopping at Middle Eastern markets, Asian markets, and stuff like that. I get tired of eating the same stuff all the time. You got to branch out. Life's too short for $5 pizza and soda. When I started watching a lot of these channels on YouTube, I noticed that everybody's trying like the same stuff, and it's like they put it in their mouth and they're like, like pawing at their mouth and throwing up and stuff coming out their nose. But when I go to the grocery store, I see that stuff all over the shelves, and I'm not like a business genius, but it seems to me that you can't run a business selling food that makes people throw up. So I decided to start trying this stuff for myself, and what I found out is all but one of them isn't that bad. And a lot of times, like fermented tofu, I tried the little cubes. That was kind of a hard swallow. I've grown to like it. You know, it's been a year since I did the tasting on there. I like this stuff now, but when I first tried it, one of the commenters said, it's like, you're an idiot. That's like me going to your house and drinking ketchup. Of course it tastes bad. That's not the way you're supposed to eat it. It's a seasoning. Okay, I mean, I have to try stuff right out of the can, but for the most part, stuff's good. You know, you have to keep an open mind. Don't look at it like you're going to, oh, it's going to make me throw up. Well, just give it a chance. I like what Andrew Zimmern's philosophy is, if you try something and you don't like it, don't just not eat it again. Try it someplace else, because they might make it a little different, and if you refuse to try something just by what it looks like or whatever, even by what it smells, you could be missing out on the best thing you ever ate. So give it a try. You know, be adventurous. Some of the stuff that I've had, it smells horrible. It tastes good. And so far, the things that have the biggest reputations have been some of the better ones. Stinky cheeses. Stinky cheeses are great. Yeah, they smell. You kind of got to eat them out. Some of them have to eat outside, but they taste really good. She also wanted to know, what's the worst item you tried, and is there something you absolutely wouldn't try? Well, my biggest thing was, I'm a fan of dill pickles. I'm kind of weird with pickles. I tried one of those pickles that you see, like, they hang them in all the, like, refrigerated sections of the grocery stores. It's like a big pickle in a plastic sleeve, and it looks like it's pickled in Gatorade. I tried one of those. It was like a sea cucumber. It looked like a pickle. You cut it in half. It was like Gatorade colored inside. It looked like it should have been soft, but it was crunchy. It was just bizarre. It was like a zombie pickle. The #1 slot now is surströmming. Not because of the flavor, it's the smell. I mean, I can handle the flavor and the texture. I mean, it's kind of chewy, kind of slimy, really salty. It's that smell. It's just like somebody went to the cat box and put it right up your nose. Man, that's the smell, just, you couldn't get away from it. And it was like every time I try to put it up to my mouth to take a bite is when I got a whiff. And it's like, yeah, you just feel like you're eating in an outhouse. The fish itself, if I had put the can on the other side of the yard, I probably could have downed that whole can, no problem at all. It's just the combination of the smell and some of the textures of the stuff I was eating it with. Just, I don't want a pudding flavor and a poo smell. That's just really bad. Speaking of poo, something I absolutely won't try. People have suggested it. No, I won't eat poo. She also wants to know, what's my favorite food, since I seem to eat everything? I'm actually a sucker for a good taco. I grew up in California, so my love for Mexican food runs deep. So there's nothing like a good lengua taco, some crispy pork, any of that stuff. I'll eat all of it, and probably yours too if you're sitting too close. So let's move on. RPK Vids, he wants to know, what do you think of British food in general? Don't be afraid to be honest. It's fine if you hate it. Well, I don't hate it. Bangers and mash, if I'm going to look at just British food, bangers and mash, I could eat that until I passed out. Half my family's from Scotland, England area, so like that. I love me some neeps and tatties also. I like all kinds of food. And what is British food? Curry? I like curry. Dragon Lax. Which starter Pokemon would you pick? Which starter Pokemon from Hoenn would you pick? I don't know a whole lot about Pokemon, so I had to look this up, and I would have to say Loudred, because his hidden ability is Scrappy. And what's not to like about being Scrappy? Dragon also asks, you're out walking when a dude with an eye patch gives you a bag of cookies. Do you eat them or do you throw them away? For one, depends on the cookies. Then I would have to say it would depend on the condition of the eye patch guy, because if he's clean, the cookies are probably okay. If he just looked like he rolled out from under a bridge and he's been sleeping in a bush for the last 6 hours, probably not. Who knows where those cookies came from. But yes, in general, cookies are good. Magically delicious. Jay Blasio, Californian, woohoo! He wants to know, do you think something canned for over 30 or 40 years is really edible? And if so, would you eat it? I would have to say it depends on the food, because we used to goof around when we were kids, and like when I was in high school many years ago. We used to get MREs that were like the late 70s, early 80s MREs, and then they, just for jokes, and we'd bring them to school and eat them. But the C rations, the ones before that, they're like a little box with the cans in them. We bought one of those just out of curiosity and cracked it open. It was supposed to be turkey. It had all the other stuff was fine, like the cookies and all that kind of stuff. But the turkey loaf, when we opened that up, ooh, it was pretty gnarly. It all depends on the can. That one there just screamed botulism. You got to be careful with older stuff. If it's in a glass or something like that, I don't know. It's your own judgment. You got to be careful. Botulism kills fast, so you need to watch it. A lot of these people on YouTube just like, let's try it. You got to be careful. You can end up in the hospital eating old stuff like that. Joe actually also asked, do you ever watch The Walking Dead? No, I don't, and I probably should. I like zombie stuff. I'm a big fan of horrors and all that stuff, and it looks like a good series, but I'm one of those weirdos that if I haven't watched it from the beginning, I hate starting in the middle or the end, so I think I need to jump on Netflix and start watching that from the beginning, because it looks like it's a pretty good show. Sometimes they get kind of goofy as they go along, like Breaking Bad. I love the first season. After that, it just got too weird. So, I don't know. Sometimes they kind of get derailed as the season goes, but that one there seems like it's been doing pretty good. So, I think I'll check it out. He also asked, what would be the grossest thing you'd be willing to eat in a zombie holocaust? I believe in have gun will travel. I will probably eat very well. Gross thing I would probably eat would be roadkill. And even that, it kind of depends on the, you'd be surprised at what you can eat and actually be okay. So it would probably be roadkill. Let's move on to the Flacker 99. Flack for short. He asks, what's your favorite car? He's a car guy. I would have to put these in categories. If it was if money was not an issue at all, I would have either a Unimog or a Pinzgauer. You have to look them up. I'll put the names up there and all that. They're basically, I'm a four-wheel drive guy. I do crazy stuff in Jeeps and all that, but my regular car, my favorite, would have to be my current Jeep Cherokee. I just bought a 2001 Jeep Cherokee that's, for the first time in a long time, has paint all over it. Everything works. It's nice and clean. It has a mild lift. It's like medium-sized tires and all that kind of stuff, but it's really nice. It's nice and quiet. It does everything I want it to do. I would have to be, right now, that's my favorite, because in the past, I've owned four-wheel drive trucks with no power steering, which is, who needs to go to a gym? You yank on your steering wheel. Stuff like that. I had a couple of Jeeps in the past that I missed, but I like the one I currently have. I might even post a picture of it. It's all smexy. Now, Ben James. What is the most vile thing you've ever tasted? Going back, I would have to say the Surströmming right now is #1, and I don't know if that's vile because of the taste. It's not the taste, really. It has some funky textures. Surströmming is one of those things you can't really explain. You just gotta experiment with it and see it firsthand. But wow, it's the smell put everything up over the top. I don't think I'll be trying that again because it was kind of expensive for something like a can of salty diarrhea. But I've done it. I didn't throw up. I wanted to bad a few times, but yeah, it all went down. And finally, we have Eel. Eel asks, what is the tastiest brand of dog food? I don't normally eat dog food, but we have. Back when I was younger, we were going through the grocery store and they had people giving out free samples and all that kind of stuff. And this woman was giving out these little samples of dry dog food, and my buddy just kind of opened it up and popped a mouthful, and we all kind of took a taste, and and the woman was just looking at us like like we were crazy. And we were just like, it tastes like old crackers. I don't think a dog would eat it, and handed it back to her. I thought she was going to pass out, but Yeah, there's supposedly there's a few brands that everybody in the sales staff, you know, they regularly open a can and sample it because they believe in their products and in their ingredients and all that. Yeah, whatever. I'll sell a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to be eating dog food on a regular basis. If I was homeless, I'd probably be eating a lot of dog food because you get a 50-pound bag of dog food for $8. Unfit for human consumption, that's another thing you got to look at. Just tastes like old crackers. Canned stuff, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be eating any of that. But yeah, stick to dry, I guess. Well, that's it. That's all the questions. We got through them all. I am going to try and get this posted today, and if everything cooperates like it hasn't in the past week, you're going to get a couple of more movies, because we have load. There's like 4 more cans over there. We got enough for a Pringle party. Some other stuff that I got hanging around. Hello. Going to be trying some of that. Ooh. I don't know if you're going to see what this actually is, but I just got a jar of pickled pig lips. I have no idea either. They taped the lid down, so I guess they won't get out. But, you know, this came from Farm Fresh Food Suppliers. It's really pig lips. Okay. This one might be an away game. I might have some people who want to try this too, so I want to try and get some other people to try this. Usually when the magic happens, we want to get some other people involved. So there you go. Q&A. Hopefully I answered a bunch of questions. There's a few questions around there. Yeah, I'm not going to answer those. You know, whatever. Don't be stupid. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give that like button some love. We all like to love the like button. Excuse me. I am going to go get this thing edited and posted so I can get on and start eating some of this other magical stuff. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.